You're really the worst person to do that.
That's my fault. How about this?
You're getting the thing in it. So just. Oh, yeah. But now we got the screen. Or no, my screen.
There we go. It looks good.
Okay. I could do a refresher of like events tomorrow, results on the 29th, playing positions, starting with rules.
Okay. Welcome everyone. We're going to get started just to the sake of starting on time, and I know some people have things to do, so we'll get the show on the road. First of all, thank you to everyone here for coming out and to the candidates for their campaign so far. We're pleasantly surprised to see the participation of your class, and hopefully this it's going to give you a chance to showcase your platforms and ideas and give people a chance to know you better and make a more informed decision as to who they want for their council and new executive member. I'm going to hand the mic over to James. He's just going to give you a couple of refreshers and then we'll go over the order.
Thank you. So I'm the Chief Returning Officer, and thank you for coming to tonight's speeches. As a reminder, the campaign period ends tomorrow night. All campaign material must be down by tomorrow night. And the voting period will begin after that. Results will be out on September 20th. So without further ado, we're going to start with the speeches.
Can I just announce the dates of the two general council meetings? Just so that people can say the date. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yep. So yeah, okay, if I'm not sure if you read the email entirely, but if you're applying to be part of the executive council, the next meeting is actually September 20th. Okay, so it's the day right after, so save the evening. And for the general council members, the next council meeting is October 4th, and it's at 6:30. All right, so save the date. Hope for the if you like it.
Thank you. So the format of the speeches will be the following. Each candidate will have 1 minute 30 seconds to talk. They'll receive a warning at the 1 minute mark and the 10-second mark. After that, after each candidate's given their speech, there will be 2 questions for each candidate in a blinded manner. That is, the other candidates will have to step out of the room. Each candidate will have 10 seconds to answer, and there will be a 10-second warning. We're going to begin with the candidates for Med-1 class representative. The 4 candidates are NEYLA, Sarah, Clementine, and ELOISE. Can we get the 4 candidates here, please? So we determined after a draw that NEYLA and Sarah will begin. So they have a combined 3 minutes.
Where do we stand? Just here?
Whatever is more comfortable.
Lower.
Not on the stream.
Yeah,
Okay,
so the
lower.
camera.
But where's
Oh,
the
the
camera?
The camera is here.
Okay.
It's like this.
And if you want us to hear you, just speak into the mic.
So you could stand at the podium.
Oh, so we got like a huge close-up. Yes. Oh. Okay, we can. You want to go first?
Oh, wait.
Oh, the angle is like prime. You look great. You do too. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah,
And I'm NEYLA.
and we're running to be your Med-1 class representative team. NEYLA and I are blown away by the diversity and uniqueness of our class, and we know that it's going to be near impossible to make events that everyone will be available and interested to attend. So our goal is simple, to make sure that there is something for everyone. And to do this, we're making 4 styles of events.
So I just want to make it clear that all the events are always open to everyone and that we do want to get as many people as possible. It's just we did this just to make sure, as Sarah said, that everyone gets something that they like if there's something that they dislike. So our first sort of theme would be like action and adrenaline, and it's for more of like the physical stuff, whether it's outdoors or indoors. The second one was food and culture. That's for all the foodies and anyone that's slightly interested in like culture and arts, for a fun night out. The third theme was chilled vibes. It's just, you know, life goes so fast, so sometimes you just need to like take a step back, chill and relax. And the fourth one was light it up. It was more of like, you know, if you want to for everyone to like cut loose once in a while, and if you want to go wild, if that's for you. So there's more details on our Facebook event page, so definitely check it out if you want examples of activities, events, and venues that we have in mind.
So that's a taste of our campaign, and I'm sure you're wondering what makes us qualified for this job. So personally, last year I was an executive on the student council of my undergraduate program, and I learned how to plan large-scale faculty-wide events. I also learned that one of the most important ways that you can learn more about your classmates is to have them participate in the events as well. NEYLA and I have talked to several students in our class, and we found that people are interested in leading yoga, Zumba, whitewater rafting, and we encourage more students to come out and share their ideas, share their interests, and share their talents with us, because after all, NEYLA and I are here for you.
Donc avant de poursuivre, j'aimerais juste préciser que je suis complètement bilingue, donc si jamais il y a des questions en français, c'est pas un problème du tout. And then for my qualifications, I don't remember ever there being a time where I was not involved in a student council. I was in the student council of my high school every year, then eventually president of the council. Then in CEGEP, I was treasurer and executive member of the organizing committee for the Dawson Fashion Talent Show 2 years in a row. And last year during my Med-1 year, I was VP fundraising, so I had to organize a couple of like fundraising events to finance our other activities. So in short, this is me and Sarah and our platform in a nutshell, and we just hope that you find our ideas as exciting and interesting as we do. And we really can't wait to get involved with all of you during the year, whether we get elected or not, so we hope we do. And so I just want to say vote for us, and we'll make sure you spend a memorable year. I'm so sorry.
Questions will be after.
Okay.
Oh, the angle is nice.
Move a bit more to the right. Thank you.
You get to see our triple chins like this. Okay. Okay, so whenever. Okay, well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to listen to us today. I'm ELOISE and this is CLEMENTINE. So we wanted to start by just saying that all the candidates this year are incredible for the med rep position, and that we're sure that the year is going to be really fantastic whoever gets elected. And so, although CLEMENTINE and I would be more than happy to work with either Sarah or NEYLA if the teams get split up, we're running as a team because we've efficiently organized events in the past and they seem to work well. And so CLEMENTINE, I absolutely love her, and she's just the most incredible person. She's really well organized, she's peppy, she's very devoted, and it makes it a pleasure to work with her instead of a task. And last year she wasn't very prominent in her actions, but that was because she was behind the curtains, she was in the shadows, and she was cleaning up, running errands, making sure everything went smoothly. So she was actually the real star of the show last year.
Merci pour tous les compliments. Peut-être, maybe some of you already know it, but Eloise is one of the persons that organized the most events for our cohort during the last year. You can think of 3-week ballroom dance classes she organized, pre-drinks at her house, or picnics during the summer, or Sundays at the beach. She was always there organizing everything. We even went pole dancing thanks to Eloise, and she organized, yes, we did, and she organized a flash mob in the middle of McGill Central Alley. So what you need to know is that Eloise is always the one person that will come up with those super original and fun event ideas that you cannot think of. As you might have seen on our Facebook event or on the MSS website, if you haven't, please go and have a quick look. We really want to create a year full of activities that will englobe all kinds of interests and that will take into consideration all food and alimentary restrictions.
Yeah. So our events will vary from apple picking to Netflix noise to wild parties and so many more surprises because we can't even anticipate all your ideas. What we can do is be there to support you through all your initiatives and make sure they all come to life.
As well as making sure a dinner, fun activities, and a great party per blog, we would like to help you take care of your mental and physical health.
So to do so, we wanted to organize sport events such as yoga in the park, hockey nights, and running groups. And to dig deeper into your intellectual interests, we had the idea of music jam sessions, skills workshops where volunteers could teach a skill that they think is valuable, or political debates, discussion sessions.
Yeah.
So, pretty much.
Last but not least, we know that money is a concern for many of us, so we'll truly make sure that all events are the most affordable possible.
So thank you for your consideration. And vote for the Italians, please.
Yes.
Don't forget
Yes,
the offer that
offer,
you can't
yes.
refuse.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to proceed with the questions. So because Sarah and Neyla went first to speak, we'll ask Eloise and Clémentine to answer the questions first, and Sarah and Neyla to exit the room. What we're going to do, we're going to ask 2 questions, and since you are running as a pair but people are voting for individual candidates, we're going to ask each one of you to answer one of the 2 questions. You will have 1 minute to answer the question. We'll give you a little 10 seconds just to think about your answer before you actually answer. Okay?
1 minute each or combined?
It's so you both answer 1 question, so 1 minute per answer. And I'm going to invite Florence to read out the first question.
So hi guys, I'm Florence. I was the Med-1 rep last year with René. So the first question is, you had your end of block B party last Friday night and it was lit. People are still talking about how much fun it was and how good old Toby danced on the bar like there was no tomorrow. However, Monday morning, you open up your email and find a formal complaint about the fact that the event was way too alcohol-centered and that it was organized on a Friday night, so it did not respect certain religious beliefs. The email is also CC'd to Dr. Cummings, who is the associate dean. So how do you handle the situation?
You have 10 seconds to think about it. So.
Oh, okay. Do we Do we know who asked the question? Who sent the email?
I wrote the question.
No, but who
No,
sent the
complaint.
email? In the case scenario?
No, it's anonymous.
Okay.
You know it's someone from your class. But
Okay, perfect. First, I think we'd both try to avoid that situation first. Think about religious, for example, concerns or priorities. Definitely, first I would send a message to say sorry to the persons, asking them like to what extent they thought it was too much alcohol, if other students were also concerned, if that would encourage them to communicate with us, to like really to understand more what happened, for the since it's the end of block party, right? You said.
Yes.
Okay. Definitely to make sure that it doesn't happen again in the future. But 10 seconds. Okay. And for the dean, I would write a letter to the dean explaining that some parties can get crazy, but we'll also have very serious events.
And second question, which is also a scenario. So your latest block is scheduled to end next Friday, and you have booked the Kim Fu for that party. You have already given a deposit, and you have started to plan the evening. However, you receive an email from La Régie des Alcools informing you that your alcohol permit has been denied. What do you do?
So I can have 10 seconds to think.
Yep.
Okay, can I go? Do I need to like lean into the microphone? No. Okay. Alright, so my first step would be to just contact Kim Fu and see if it would be possible to move the dates around and explain the situation to the class so that they're aware of what's happening and there isn't going to be like a last minute surprise and change. So that would be my first thing, communicating to the class and asking Kim Fu if we could possibly change the date and push back the event until we obtain a new permit. If that doesn't work, I would then ask the class if for once they wouldn't mind having a non-alcohol scented party. It can still be very fun if it's non-alcoholic, and promise them a really wild party the next time if they want one, but just do something completely different. We could not even go to have a host and we could go outside on Mount Royal and do a potluck or anything that just regroups people to kind of relax after an exam, but not necessarily alcohol scented. So to resume, first see if I can change the date around, and if that isn't possible, make a non-alcohol scented event.
You guys don't need to go outside.
That was the question.
Okay. So we're ready.
So just a reminder for how it goes. So each one of you has to answer one of the two questions. Doesn't matter which one goes first or which one goes second. That's up to you. We're going to read out the question. 1 minute to answer, and we'll give you 10 seconds at the beginning to think about your answer.
Are you kidding me? It'll be fine, don't worry. Okay, so hi girls, I'm Florence. I was the former Med-1 rep with Remy. So I have two questions for you actually. So the first one is a scenario. So you had your end of Block B party last Friday night and it was lit. People are still talking about how much fun it was and how good old Tommy danced on the bar like there was no tomorrow. However, Monday morning you open up your email and find a formal complaint about the fact that the event was way too alcohol-centered and that it was organized on a Friday night, so it did not respect certain religious beliefs. That email is also CC'd to the Associate Dean, Dr. Cummings. How do you handle the situation?
I have 1 minute. Oh. Okay, so I should think a bit more, or can I go?
Good. You're up.
All right. So considering that the dean was CC'd, I immediately have to involve him. Not that I wouldn't have otherwise, but I would try to organize a meeting with him and maybe the class pres, considering, and obviously the other class rep, and to see what our game plan would be, and of course apologize, because I think that's the only way to go. Of course, you try to make your events as diverse as possible, and it often ends up revolving around alcohol because of reasons. And so, for sure, finding an environment where non-drinkers feel comfortable would be ideal, and I would first and foremost apologize for people who were uncomfortable during the party. And about the religious beliefs, it's a 100% legitimate concern. So, for the future, I would propose measures such as having parties on, Thursday nights, which is a popular night too, in bars, clubs, whatever, and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer. Second question is also a scenario, as people at home have already listened to. Your latest block is scheduled to end next Friday. You have booked the Kim Fu for that night and given a deposit and have already started to plan the evening. The promotion has begun and everyone is very enthusiastic about the party. However, you receive a notice from La Régie des Alcools informing you that your alcohol permit has been denied. What do you do?
You have 10 seconds.
Pardon?
Maybe the definition of.
I was just
like
telling her what it
Yeah.
was because she's
It's
never
just a
been.
venue that you can rent, and usually you bring your own alcohol, so you need to ask for.
Oh, so you
alcohol
bring your
permit.
own. It's like the bring your own wine night.
Yeah. No, it's like a
No.
venue where you can do like an open bar night, basically.
Like it's
So
free
are
for all.
they? Would they be selling it or
No, you're responsible. You see, so basically you go to the SIQ, buy all the bottles you want, bring them there, and you'd be like bringing out alcohol to your class, whatever. So the point is that you need a permit to do this, and it was denied. So what you're gonna do after all that.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I do realize that there might be some students who are disappointed in this, and I think obviously the first thing to do would be to apologize for that. At this point, I'm assuming that there's no time to reapply for the alcohol permit, but I do have I purchased the alcohol already?
Suppose you have.
Yeah.
Suppose I have. Well, assuming that it's not the last event of the year, I can still save that for a later event, and this event would just have to be, well, not completely dry, but of different drinks event. And I can get a Google poll going of what other people's favorite drinks are, so that at least they'll have something that they like to drink there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have the Vice President Global Health Junior candidates. I'd like to welcome Joseph and Liang. Joseph will begin.
So I'm good without the 30 seconds, just give me the 10.
Okay.
Can we lift this up?
Okay. There's a button on the right.
Alright. Right here. Let me know when to start.
Whenever.
Okay. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming here today. My name is Joseph HSHEIM and I'm your VP Global Health Junior candidate for this year. Let me start out by saying that as I've gotten to know some of you over the past few weeks, I've been genuinely impressed by the level of compassion that almost everyone I've met exhibited both towards each other and towards global health issues. And while that in itself is genuinely impressive and rewarding, it does leave me with one unanswered question. And that is, if medical students are through and through a compassionate group of individuals, why is it that we're still faced with severe health inequities in our system? And one answer to this question is that these health inequities are generally precipitated by upstream inequitable health policies and other public health policies. My goal as your VP Global Health Junior is to reorient our focus toward these upstream public policies, which dictate much of the environment in which we work and live. And by doing that, I'm confident that we'll be able to improve some of the health inequities that exist both in our society and hopefully some of those that exist in our world. And that's of vital importance because it's certain that we must do more in order to improve global health. Not only must we do more, we can do more, and together we will do more. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Liang Chen, and I'm running for VP Global Health Junior. The whole goal for my platform is to make sure how to make global health accessible for you and how to make sure that you get the most out of the global health resources that are available for you here in McGill and in Montreal in general. And so a little bit about my experience. For the past 2 years, I've been working within the humanitarian community here at McGill, as well as in Montreal, working with Friends of MSF and a bunch of other global health workers. And so from that experience, I know what kind of projects are realistic. I know what kind of projects can be impactful. I also know generally what students are interested in from global health, so I can organize events that you guys find very interesting. And as well as that, I also have the connections to make these things a reality. One of the ideas that I have for my platform is to create a networking social between the medical students, so you guys, and global health workers in Montreal. And with that, things like wine and cheeses, lunches, where you can have casual conversations with people and really get to know the global health field personally. And from that, really, that's how I got inspired to get involved in global health. And I hope that that's something that you would be interested in as well. So to recap, my goal for this project is really to get the most out of global health, get the most out of the global health community for you guys, and basically to help you start a career in global health if that's really what you're interested in. Thank you.
So Liang will start with the questions. So Joseph will ask you to step outside, please. And the questions will be asked by our president.
So hi Liang, thank you for the speech. So my question is the following. As you know, there are 2 VP Global Health in the MSS Executive Council. How do you view your collaboration as a junior with the senior VP Global Health?
You have 10 seconds.
Okay. So the emphasis is on the collaboration between the global health junior with the senior.
So my question is, how do you view that collaboration?
How do I view that collaboration? Okay. So the entire Global Health Committee is comprised of like 15, 20 people, and that's a lot of people to coordinate at the same time. Basically, the goal of the Global Health Junior and the Senior would be to work together to facilitate communication between everyone within that group, and to make sure that people are on time with their tasks and have the right research that they have to succeed in their own positions. Now, with the whole structure of the Global Health Committee, there is a lot of independent work that's involved with the local officers, and that increases the emphasis and need for communication between everybody to make sure that everyone's on the same page towards the same goal. And that's why it's important to have 2 people as Global Health, junior and senior, to really help coordinate all this. In the past, I've done something similar with my committee leader by splitting up which local, like for example, splitting up which local officers that you're responsible for and which local officers that you look after. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your answer. You know, one of the biggest challenges we have here at McGill within the student community is that we have CFMS and FMSA Quebec. And the challenge is to bring to the students the opportunities, events, all symposiums, and the different things that they can get involved in global health. The communication, like you said earlier, is very important. So my question is, what are some new ideas or some improvements that you can see we can do in terms of communications for our students?
Is that with the student body or within?
It's towards general members. So making sure that every single person in this room, every single person that sits in Martin is aware of things that happen in global health, what the opportunities there are for them, and how they can benefit the most from McGill Global Health.
Thanks for the question. So with regards to getting people more involved and like really know everything that's going on within the Global Health Committee, it's going to be important to make sure that we reach out to as many sites of communication as possible, so like social media, in-class announcements and things like that. What's also important is I know that there was already a Global Health event recently, and I attended that. One of the things that I think would have made that even better is if there was more of an engagement with the actual people who attended. So, for example, instead of only having a presentation, if people had, if local officers had their own stands, and that way that people would be able to interact with them and really get to know more about the system in a personal way and ask questions that they might not feel comfortable asking in front of an audience. And in addition to this, I realized like even from the past couple weeks, there's a lot of information that's thrown at us, and so it's kind of hard for us to see which ones is relevant. And that's going to be a goal for the Global Health Committee to overcome. And one of these is really by just like in-class announcements and making sure everyone gets a message.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No, you can speak first. Joseph. Okay, so Joseph, thank you for your speech. As you know, there are two VP Global Health in the MSS executive. As the junior, how do you view your collaboration with the VP Global Health senior?
So as I understand it, the VP Global Health Junior is mostly an apprenticeship of the VP Global Health Senior, so there'll be a lot for me to learn from you, Chen. And as I was talking to him yesterday, there were a few points that he was mentioning to me which I didn't know, for example. One of them was the role of the VP Global Health Senior in chairing committees and getting all the various entities that are involved with global health together. So it'll be mostly one of apprenticeship, but that doesn't mean I don't have some stuff to contribute as well. I do have my own set of experiences, having led previous councils, executive councils, for example, in the McGill Union, and that will provide me a unique opportunity to give some of the executive experience that I have and contribute back to you, Jen. So hopefully we both can learn some stuff from each other, me learning more from him than he will be learning from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joseph, for your answer. So my next question is the following. One of the biggest challenge at McGill Global Health within our student community is the communication, because here we have a double representation with CFMS and FMSC Quebec. So to have the students know about the events, project, symposium of McGill Global Health is not easy. So can you suggest new ideas or ways to improve the communication with the general membership of the MSS?
So, as you all know, you already have a newsletter that goes out to the General Council. However, in my experience, newsletters usually tend to fall short and not everybody perceives them. A lot of things can be done, and in Sundry, I can mention a few of them. Increased Facebook presence, increased social media presence, Twitter, and so on and so forth. And while a lot of those are already being done, there's always some room for improvement. Another thing we can do is utilize our connections, our networks. I'm pretty sure everyone here in the room knows many other medical students, and these medical students know more students, so word to mouth is another great option. What we can also do is put out our events in the general population, not only the medical students, because by increasing representation of our events, increasing the ads, it's more likely that medical students will come to see them. And that's my answer. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome up the Med-1 class president candidates. So Ian via Skype, Amanda, Annie, and BNF.
I'd like to take a quick second to apologize for not being able to bring the speech to you live this afternoon, as I was having some technical difficulties connecting during my trip home from my LFME placement. That being said, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ian Gerard, and I'm running for your Med-1 class president, and I hope by the end of this short speech I can convince you that I'd be a great candidate to represent you this year. I'd like to start by giving a brief background on myself. First, I did my undergraduate work at the University of Western Ontario, where I had the opportunity to be on student council for 4 different years in 4 different positions. Then during my graduate work at McGill, I did my master's and PhD here, where I was on many different academic committees and student government style groups that allowed me to really gain a background into how processes of faculty and how the views of students really work in terms of communicating the ideas between them. Moving on, I'd like to give you a brief overview of my platform, and I highly invite you to come see my Facebook event to get a deeper understanding of the initiatives that I plan to incorporate during my presidency. First, my platform can be summarized in 3 main themes: communication, collaboration, and diversity. First one, communication, represents the communication not only between the students and the council, but as well as the council and the faculty. Second, collaboration. I plan on many initiatives on getting us more involved with faculty and outside of in different medical avenues, such as in research opportunities and through mentorship opportunities. And finally, diversity. I'd like to organize several different events that would allow us to have higher training in diversity and very sensitive issues to improve us as physicians to be, and to give us a better understanding of the different diverse concepts that we're going to face as students and as physicians. Thank you.
So we'll begin with Amanda. We have a minute 30 whenever you're ready, and I'll tell you at 30 seconds and 10 seconds.
So weird. It's like, so that's the camera, right? So like if I want to look at them, it's there. Okay. Hi class of 2020. My name is Amanda Chai, and I want to be your Med-1 class president. So I want to start by being honest with you. And the truth is, the idea of running for class president actually came up in March. But then I got scared, and I told myself that I shouldn't run because I know that it's a very demanding job and that it should not be underestimated. But here I am today, because in the end I realized that it's really the position that fits my personality and skills best. It fits what I want to bring to our cohort this year, which is support from the faculty and from our peers that impacts both our academic experience and wellness. So a lot of you know that I did 2 Med-Ps. And over the last 2 years, I learned a lot about McGill Med, the MSS, and the curriculum. And for example, I was in class 20, I still am, in the class of 2019 Facebook group since its creation. So I saw a lot of the issues, questions, and concerns that came up last year. And I think that this will help me anticipate the problems that we might have to face. Another thing is I want you to be involved as you like, no matter your age, your background, and your aspirations. So I really hope that you guys could also see me as someone that you feel comfortable confiding in, and I hope that I can build a trust that will last over the years. By becoming class president, I want to make the class of 2020 a supportive environment where everyone feels safe, heard, and valued. Thank you for your support.
For 30 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So, hi everyone, my name is Annie and I'm running to be your Med-1 class president. I'm very excited about this position because I think it's a position that I'm qualified for, and it's also a position for which I have a lot of ideas I want to make this year really wonderful. So to start with my qualifications, well, last year I was a VP NTC in the Student Council for Med-P DenP. And through that, I had many different responsibilities. I had to communicate with my classmates. I had to organize schedules. I had to review notes. And I also had to liaise with the MBSU. And for 4 years before that, I was on the student council at the Conservatoire de Musique de Rimouski, where I studied for 9 years. And I, through that, also had to organize events and concerts. And I also had to liaise with the press. That was my job. Now for my ideas. There are too many ideas for me to explain them all in a minute and a half, so I encourage you to go read my platform either on Facebook or on the MSS website. And really, the key point in my ideas is that you are the focus, you are the stars of this year, and I want to involve the students in the political life. I think that's a way to make everyone feel better heard and better represented and keep everyone interested. Our class is really diverse, it's really unique, and to represent that diversity, you need someone who is creative and open-minded, and that's someone like me. So thank you, vote for me.
So hi everyone, I'm BIANEF. For those who don't know me, I was born in Russia from a Cuban and a mom and a Congolese dad. And then I lived there for 8 years, and I came here in Montreal. So I've been here for 15 years, and I studied at Université de Montréal. I did an undergrad and a bachelor degree and master's in occupational therapy. And during 2 years, I was involved in the student council of the class. I was a president there, and I really worked, and I really learned how to listen to the students' needs, how to go talk to them, collaborate with different actors of the student council, with the faculty staff, since our facility was a new one, we're moving a new one, so we wanted to make sure with my team that all the services we still can have access to it. And it's still something that I have that I want to bring here, my experience, work with you guys, because like previous candidate said, we're a very unique, I guess, cohort. I learned so much from you, and it's something that I really want to be with you and work for you and be involved with the student council and be there. Thank you.
So we'll move on to the speeches since Ian is unavailable. This is questions, yes. And we're going to begin with BNF.
All right. Thank you, BNF, for your speech. So my question is the following. So during the spring 2017 of the RNE week. So RNE week, is that clear to you what it is? Okay. So it's a full week of exams where you have like 3-4 exams related to different.
Okay.
You're gonna know about. So you're procrastinating in your browser Facebook page, and you find out that a classmate posted on Facebook expressing the distress regarding the remedial exam dates. So remedial exams are something you get when you fail an exam.
Okay.
And the remedial exam dates are during the March break.
Okay.
And that student is obviously distressed because they booked their vacation. And you read the comments, and the other students are also expressing their discontent with this remedial dates. At that point, what do you do, knowing that the faculty had already sent out the dates way in advance?
So as the dates are a big concern among a lot of people in my class, and I'm noticing that it's something that, yeah, it's trying to constrain some people. I will ask if they have some, mainly not on Facebook, but I will try to make a meeting or something where I can meet these people who are not happy and concerned with the dates and try to find why they're not happy and what are the solutions. So when I will contact the faculty members, I will be there and try to advocate for them and having like having facts and having how do you say it? Having true the true status and the true can I do it in French? This is my first thing in English, so.
McGill is a bilingual institution.
Okay.
Vas-y, c'est comme ça.
Parfait. Donc, I have 10 seconds. Donc, je vais rencontrer les participants, je vais essayer de trouver un meeting et essayer de déterminer quelles sont les raisons pour lesquelles ils le font, et comme ça, je vais avoir des preuves et des faits que je pourrais présenter à la faculté pour pouvoir mieux les défendre et essayer de négocier un peu les dates par rapport aux examens qui pourront être reportés ou pas. Do you have a second question?
No, I was going to ask only one question because we had to split up.
Okay. You can stay in the room.
Okay, one. So I'm going to start asking questions because Ben, I've already heard the question. So are you okay, so during the spring 2017 RNE week, so do you know what's RNE week? Okay, perfect. You browse Facebook, because of procrastinating, and you find out that a classmate had posted on your class Facebook page their distress regarding the remedial exam dates for those exams. So the remedial exam dates are during the March break that are coming soon, and that student already booked a trip. You browse through the comments and you see that the other students are also discontent and distressed. What do you do at that point, knowing that the faculty already sent out the dates way in advance?
You mean they sent out the dates for the remedial exams a long time ago? Yep. Okay, sorry, thank you. Okay, so the first thing I would do is tell the students that, like, I've seen their comments and I'm aware of their distress, because, like I said, I want to keep the students involved and in the loop, so I think that's the first thing to do. Because the faculty gave the dates a long time in advance, though I can also explain to the students that it's a difficult situation, like make it clear, I'm not going to promise things I can't promise. If the dates were made a long time in advance, I'll let them know that I'm going to fight for them and do what I can, but be realistic as well to not create false hope. But I would definitely contact the faculty and try and explain to them. Also, try to explain to them it's not just people who go on trips during the March break, there are also people who come from far away and they might want to go back and see their families, which is also important for your well-being and your mental health. So I would definitely talk with the faculty, and I'm pretty sure there'd be something that could be reached to try and change the dates for the remedial exam. And anyways, either way, I would keep all the students in the loop, and if ever they can't change, I would make sure that for the next year it's not what happens and that the dates are not in the March break.
There's only one question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks. Like, do you know what's an RNE week?
Yeah, I know what's an RNE week.
So my question is following. So during the spring 2017 RNA week, you are browsing Facebook because you're procrastinating, and then you see that one of your classmates had posted that they feel very distressed regarding the remedial exam dates of that RNA week. So the remedial exams are scheduled to be during the March break, and that student had already booked the trip. You browse through the comments of that post, and you see that other students are also discontent and distressed. What do you do at that point, knowing that the faculty had sent out the dates way in advance?
Can I just ask, the remedials are for which blocks?
The remedials are for the exam that you were writing at that time.
So like we're doing
we're having the RNE week.
Yeah.
And if you fail an exam during that RNE week, you are writing those remedials.
On the same week, like on the week after, like that we're supposed
during
to be
during the break.
Okay.
Okay, so hi guys again. Basically, a really difficult thing with medical school is the schedule, and especially in FMD, we have a schedule that is posted way ahead. And the exams and the remedial exams are, of course, a very stressful time. So, of course, RNE is a stressful time because you have one exam per day, and then if you have a remedial, you also have the other day. What I would suggest is reach out to that person who made that comment and try to see if there is something going on in his personal life her personal life that they want to talk to me about, and we can try to see if that's a situation that's particular. I know that the faculty will not be able to accommodate people just because they are stressed about the remedial exams, especially if it has been said a long time ago. So I would probably address this very personally and try to see what we can do in contact with the faculty and report back to students who are inquiring.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the candidates for treasurer. Unfortunately, ZHOU could not be here today. He did, however, send us a speech that he recorded that we will play for you.
Hi everyone, my name is ZIYU and I'm running for treasurer of our class. Last year I was elected in our student council in my program, and I had the task to organize all of these social activities and events. I organize events ranging from small dinners to froshes and to bigger end-of-year parties. Organizing all of these activities, I had to manage budgets, manage expenses, and to balance budgets. As the next class treasurer, I would manage our funds with great care and great responsibility. During the first week of school, I successfully shadowed the VP Finance of the Engineering Undergraduate Society, my good friend Pencho. I was at OAP with him and I learned the ins and outs of managing successfully a student society's money. I have also successfully partaken in many samosa sales in CJEP and last year at McGill. And let's go to one. The search is on. Samosa search. Samosas. Imagine during the winter. Anyway, I promise to be a good treasurer, a treasurer with the best interests of everybody in our class. I can be here today, and shout out to my man Zach.
Okay, so thank you to ZHOU for giving us this video, and now SIWEN, you'll be able to deliver your speech and we'll proceed with the questions right after.
Camera's over here, you could see what it looks like over there. So it's this.
So hi everyone, my name is SIWEN and I'm running for treasurer. So a little bit about me. This summer I have managed a painting company called Signature Entrepreneurs. And we began this project in May, and for my part of company, I had a turnover of $60,000 while making a profit of 30%. So to be able to do so, I had to learn two major skills that I believe will help me a lot for the role of treasurer. The first one is to meet with clients and convince them to do their project with me. So basically convincing them to give me their money. So I think that will help me a lot to find our future sponsors, as well to maintain good relationships with our present sponsors as well. And the second skill that I have learned is how to organize events and to plan for them to do it in a cost-effective way. So basically this summer I had 3 painting jobs running for me every day at 3 different places. So I had to ensure that all 3 of them go smoothly, and that I have to solve for issues when they come up in a cost-effective way, as I said before. And that will help me a lot with balancing the budget of the Med-1 Council, as well as to solve for any problems or to work with in partnership with our future VP reps and with our president. So my goal this year is to minimize the cost and to have more free food and to have more activities. So thank you.
Go ahead, yeah. All right, so hi, I'm Zaid. I'm the past Med-1 treasurer. So I'm going to give you a scenario.
Okay.
So your class representatives are planning an outstanding chic event for Christmas. And in preparation for this event, you need to give a deposit to the venue. The amount is substantial, but you estimate that you can afford it if students give a deposit for the event as well to offset the cost. Unfortunately, you overestimated the participation to the event, and it turns out that the deposit couldn't be recovered because of damages that happened to the venue that you couldn't foresee. As a result, your resources are now very limited for the rest of the year. How do you handle the situation?
Okay, so first thing that we have to do is the event is passed, so now we have to find new sources for money. So the first thing that we have to do is to contact our present sponsors, so to see if they have any more interest with us, and I have to communicate with our classmates and with our president and our social reps to see if we can change the following activities, or if we can find new activities to reduce the cost. As well, we can encourage our classmates to start some fundraising events that can gather people together. So that can be another fun event that we can all do together. So that's
Okay, so that was our last candidate. Thank you for all your answers and all your speeches. I think everybody did a very good job, so you can all be very proud of yourselves so far. So just a couple of reminders for the campaign. There's still 1 day of campaigning left, so give it your all for that last day. And we will start voting tomorrow at, well, technically Thursday at midnight. You can vote on the MSS gateway. Is that still accurate, Nick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so it'll be on the MSS gateway. On that gateway, you will be redirected towards the Thrill if you ever want to look at the candidates' platforms before you vote, just a little quick refresher. And other than that, congratulations and good job to all the candidates. Thank you.